Well, we're going to jump straight in. We're going to have a look at an article that was in Essential Kids. Honey Birdette has been spoken about in the media from lots of people, not in a good way, and including the creator, Eloise Monaghan. They've been in the media for all the wrong reasons with their provocative lingerie right in the front of their windows in the shops in Westfield where families are frequenting with their young children. Now, this sort of is a shock because their attitude is like, what are you going to do about it? They're not embarrassed about it. They're putting more out there. How do you feel? Fiona, would you walk your kids through Westfield?
Look, I don't have a problem with it. Why? Because I can't stop everything. If you look on TV, if you look on simple commercials, unfortunately, well, I mean, the world, the way it is, sex sells.
Yep.
So I can't protect my kids from everything, but what I can do is educate them.
Yep,
Educate them on how not to be half naked on a billboard.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect those photos to be put up in a schoolyard where kids are. Why would you expect them to be put up in a shopping centre where kids are frequenting a lot?
But it's not a schoolyard, you know? It is a commercial place and they're selling lingerie. And I mean, like, lingerie is meant to be provocative. It is meant to be sexual.
It's appealing to someone.
I do wonder, though, if kids, when they're walking through the mall, if they see the lingerie in a very sexual way, many children will probably see their mother in her lingerie and probably, not lingerie per se in a sexual way, but I mean, like, just the way you walk around with your family.
But not straddling Santa.
No, I mean, of course, they've obviously gone to kind of create a conversation, and we're talking about them now.
We're talking about it, and that's exactly what advertising does, is it, you know, creates attention, and that's exactly what we're doing. Now we're talking about it, we're giving it more attention.
But don't you think they should be bound to some sort of code of ethics instead of just complaints being brought in?
The thing is, they actually are, and as far as I understand, there are certain consumer laws that regulate this sort of thing, but they actually went beyond that, and so these advertisements, as far as I understand, were actually taken down in the end because they did breach some sort of standard. But again, how much is that implemented? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, well, I know Westfield asked them to change some, and they did, but they put up just as provocative photos. And some of them are right outside where Santa is having photos with young kids, so they're there staring at it.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you look at it, a lot of advertisers, they do this all the time. They know they're going to be penalized, they're going to be fined for something, but they're...
It's a shock factor.
Yeah, they're doing enough to create the conversation that we're talking about them. I think you just have to have those conversations. I think, as Fiona said, we can't control everything. I've definitely seen it come up on my timeline, on my Facebook page, that people are asking other people to sign a petition. So it is something that's affecting the community.
Yeah, that's right.
One of the line of arguments, actually, because there was a lot of Facebook comments underneath these posts about Honey Birdette, and one of the line of argument was, if you take these advertisements down, it's disempowering women. You know, women are up there, and this is good for women because, you know, we're able to express ourselves. And I was thinking, really? Like,
but not every woman wants to express themselves half naked.
Exactly. It's more objectification. Like, that's just my opinion.
Definitely.
But it's just...
It is objectification, but you've also got a lot of their employees, not a lot, I will be realistic here. You've got some of their employees coming out saying they're being harassed and they're encouraged just to put up with that. How is that empowering women?
Well, then they shouldn't work there, you know. And I feel like the women who don't feel empowered by wearing those clothing, they're not part of the advertising. I'm not someone who's saying that, you know, I totally agree, but I'm saying, where do we start putting in the boundaries of morality in our society? Like, who gets to draw those lines?
Well, maybe we could just be sort of careful of kids because maybe their childhood is being tainted. And should we actually combine the two of liberating a woman? That's great, do it. But do you have to do it where there's going to be a lot of kids? Can we not say, hey, we'll have some boundaries. Sure, go and enjoy the lingerie, do that. But can we not have a safe space for kids where they're not confused by all those pornographic sexual images?
I agree, and I think the shopping centre is an area where it should be safe for kids. I think things like, you know, the music industry, your kids are listening to all kinds of things that they don't even necessarily understand, you know, sexual messages and that. You can't control that, you can't regulate that. But something like an advertisement, which is right there where kids are, I think surely we can do
and unfortunately
something about that.
it's somewhat of a self-regulating system. Well, I, for one, am boycotting Westfield. What are you doing? Let us know on Facebook. Have you signed the petition? Is this something that even concerns you when you walk your kids through Westfield?